So you're thinking of moving to Surprise, Arizona. Well, in this video, I'm going to do a complete map tour of Surprise, Arizona. You're going to find out how far the airports are, the nearest hospitals, all the places to shop, golf courses, schools, and popular neighborhoods. By the end of this video, you'll be able to decide if Surprise is a place that you want to relocate to, invest in, and make a part of your life. By the way, my name is Yolanda Street. I'm part of the Relocation to Arizona team. I get calls, texts, emails every day from people just like you that want to know information about Surprise and the surrounding cities. If you're thinking about moving here in the next 6 years, 6 months, 6 weeks, or even 6 days, reach out to me. I'd love to make your relocation as smooth as possible. Now for this video, we're going to use Google Maps. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, so Surprise, Arizona on Google Maps. And right here on the map, surrounded in the red, this is all going to be part of Surprise right here of Arizona. I always call it like Surprise, and I'll say deep surprise or up close surprise, because Surprise is, to me, it's a pretty big area, and depending on where you're trying to go in the valley, it could be a little further out from other parts of the valley. So if you look at right here and take a look at the freeways in the area of Surprise, the first one I'm going to point out is the US 60, also called Grand Avenue. It runs diagonally through the city. It's an easy way to kind of get from one end of the valley to the other end by cutting across. So it runs like southeast and northeast and allows you to get through the valley by cutting across. The next freeway I'm going to point out is the Loop 303, which also interacts to 60 right here. And the Loop 303 will also run into the I-10 down here. And the I-10 runs east and west, and the I-10 will take you to California or to like the East Valley cities, Gilbert, Chandler, Mesa, any of those cities over there. The I-17 is right over here. I-17 runs north and south. It will take you to South Phoenix. It'll take you up to Anthem. It'll take you up to Flagstaff or Sedona. But that also runs into the 303 right here. And you can also hit the I-17 going off to 60 right here. So all the freeways kind of tied together, which is kind of nice. But right here in the Surprise area, you're closer to the 60, the 303, and the Loop 101 right here, which also runs north and south. And it will allow you to curve around and hit the I-17 here. The 101 runs into the 60 here. And then the 101 actually runs into the I-10 here. Now let's talk about some surrounding cities that's right around the Surprise area, just so you're a little familiar. So right here you have the city of Surprise, and then you have Sun City right here, Peoria's right here, Glendale, the city of Glendale's right here, home of the Arizona Cardinals. So if you want to hit an Arizona Cardinals game, you're going to be right here in the Glendale area. You have Scottsdale here. And then if you go this way, you have Buckeye right here, Goodyear here. And then the Lake Pleasant Park is right here, which I'll talk to you about that a little bit later. So there's all the freeways and the surrounding cities. Surprise is a nice sized city. It has grown a lot over the years. It's still up and growing. So I'm going to go over a whole lot of information that's in Surprise. But if you are to relocate or move to Surprise, just know that Surprise is still growing. They're still opening a lot, and it still has a lot of growth to come. All right, so 2 quick things I want to talk about if you were going to travel and needed to go to the airports. And the first one I'm going to talk about is the Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport, which is the main airport in the valley. Okay, so Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport is the main airport in the valley. It's the top 10 airport in the U.S. The Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport does have 2 open terminals. So terminals 3 and 4 are the open terminals. Used to have terminals 1 and 2, but those terminals have been closed for a few years. So if you were going to fly out of Sky Harbor Airport, you would be flying out of terminals 3 and out of terminals 4. The Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport does have a SkyTrain that will take you from the Greyhound bus station, the rent-a-car. It will take you to the 24th Street park and ride. You can go to the economy parking. It stops in terminals 3 and terminal 4. It takes you to the 44th Street parking lot. So if you were to get on that SkyTrain, you can hit any of those places along the airport without having to walk. So this is the home of most of all the big airlines, whether traveling in state to state, the U.S. States, or traveling out of the country. The airport from Surprise is about 33 miles, give or take. May take you about 38 to 45 minutes under normal traffic conditions coming from Surprise. The airport does have dining. It has retail shops. So if you're in there and needing to get anything, you will definitely find that inside the airport. Now let's talk about one other airport that's there, and we're going to talk about the Mesa Gateway Airport. Let's talk about the Mesa Gateway Airport. The Mesa Gateway Airport is definitely a little further east, definitely further from Surprise. The Mesa Gateway Airport is a smaller airport. It's for a few of the smaller airlines. I know Allegiant Air is one of the main airlines out there. It does go to 45 U.S. destinations and Canada. That airport is going to be about 52 to 60 miles, 65 miles, depending on where you are in Surprise. May take anywhere from an hour and 5 minutes to an hour and 15 minutes, depending on, again, where you are in Surprise. The Mesa Gateway Airport is a much smaller airport. It has 2 concourses, maybe about, I believe it's like 14 gates to go out of. Definitely an easier airport to maneuver through. It does have some retail shops and some restaurants. And if you're trying to travel to one of those 45 destinations on Allegiant Air and or Canada, you may find a lower price ticket than what you would find at the Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport. And if you don't mind traveling a little bit further, then you're definitely going to have less people around you at the airport. And it's a much smaller facility. So these are the 2 airports that are going to be servicing you if you live in Surprise, Arizona. Now let's touch on real quick, Luke Air Force Base. Luke Air Force Base is our main military base here in Phoenix and the surrounding area. Luke Air Force Base is on the edge of Glendale. It's in Glendale, Arizona, but Surprise is close enough to where a lot of our military families do choose to live in Surprise. The military base is only about 7 miles from Surprise, depending on where you live, and about 15 minutes from the base. So Luke Air Force Base is definitely close enough so that if you wanted to reside in Surprise with your families, that you could definitely live in Surprise and get back and forth and have easy access to the base. So consider that if you're a military family and you're looking for housing in close enough to the base, definitely consider Surprise, Arizona. All right, just wanted to touch on the Air Force Base for our military families. Now, something else I like to always touch on is going to be hospitals. Hospitals near or in Surprise, Arizona. So right here on my map, let's make it a little smaller. All the red are hospitals. So they're either really close to Surprise or they're going to be right around the surrounding areas. All right, so let's talk about hospitals. If you are in Surprise, you're going to be surrounded by multiple hospitals. You're going to be Banner Boswell Medical Center. It's going to be right here off of Thunderbird Boulevard. It's about 5 to 6 miles out of Surprise. Right here you have the Honor Health Hospitals right here, really close to Surprise. You have the Desert Mirage Medical Plaza right here. You have the Sante of Surprise Skilled Nursing Centers directly in Surprise. It's a rehabilitation center. And then you have the Little Clinic for urgent care facilities. You have the Valley Health Emergency Department here. So as you can see, there are multiple hospitals, urgent cares, facilities around the Surprise area, not to mention all the doctor's offices that you may see in the area. If you're in the medical field, there's definitely plenty of places for you to find a job and look for employment and still stay in the Surprise area, not to mention the surrounding cities that you're going to be able to find a job in the medical field. All right, so let's touch on our golf courses. For all of our golfers out there, there's plenty of golfing for you to enjoy. Okay, so let's touch base on our golf courses. For all of our golf courses out there, I'm not going to touch base on all of them. I will touch base on a few that I know of, but just know there's more than what I'm going to talk about. The first one I'm going to talk about is Sun Village Golf Course. And I'll show you some pictures at the same time. Sun Village Golf Course is a great little course. It's been named the best of Surprise for over a decade. Beautiful golf course. It is available for all skill levels. This is directly in Surprise. It does have options for you to grab a bite to eat. And like I said, it's definitely out there in the Sun Village area. It's surrounded by some homes and all that. So if you want to live directly on the golf course or near the golf course, it's definitely a great place to be. All right, so that's Sun Village Golf Course. The next one I want to touch on is, so many to choose from. Let's touch on Cimarron. Right here, Cimarron Golf Course. It's going to be right here in this area right here. Let's show you some pictures. Cimarron Golf Course is definitely a more challenging golf course. If you're new, you may find it to be a little harder. It's more for experienced golfers. There are other activities around the area of the golf course that you can do. You can have events out there. You can swim out there in that area. These are just some pictures. There's a pro shop for you to go ahead and grab a few items in if you want. And there's definitely a place to eat out there. So this is the golf course area of Cimarron. Arizona Traditions is right here near Surprise Farm, which is one of our popular neighborhoods. It's in the area of Sun City Festival, which is one of our popular 55 and older communities right here. And then it's not too far from the 303 right here. So the Arizona Traditions Golf Club is called the Best Kept Secret in Surprise. It's been considered the best kept secret in Surprise for several years. And it is for golfers of all skill levels. And as you can see, it does have homes around it too. So if you want to live right around that area, there's definitely homes around there that you can live and be right there on the golf course. And if you live on the golf course, you definitely have to have a golf cart so that you can just ride around and golf on a regular and do your thing. I don't know that I do the golfing, but I definitely would drive the cart. So you definitely want to get out there and roll around. All right, so let's touch on, Desert Springs Golf Course. Desert Springs Golf Course is going to be right here, really close to the 60. And let's show you some pictures of Desert Springs Golf Course. Desert Springs Golf Course has several lakes there on the course. It is for all ages of golfers. Sorry, not all ages, all skill levels of golfers. No matter if you're a new golfer or old golfer, it's definitely a course that you could try out and I think be okay with doing it. As you can see, the hot air balloons are in the area. If that's something you're into, you can definitely do the hot air balloon ride in the Surprise area, or you can see a lot of the golf course while you're up there in the air. Or if you're golfing, you can kind of take a look at it while you're golfing. So it's another activity that you could do in Surprise. There is a restaurant out there and a store, and that's another thing if you want to live again right around the golf course. It definitely has homes around the area. So these are our popular golf courses. Again, I touched on a few of them. There's many more around the Surprise area that I did not touch on. So if golfing is your thing, just know that living in Surprise, Arizona, you're definitely going to have a place to golf. All right, so let's talk about popular parks in Surprise, Arizona. All right, so these are all different parks in Surprise, Arizona. There's multiple parks, plenty of outdoor activity. If you're into being outside, just know that Surprise offers more than 300 days of sunshine. You can go outside, you can bike ride, picnic, fish, any of that stuff that you and your family like to do. There's going to be plenty of parks for you to be able to do that. I'm going to touch base on a few popular parks that I know of right here. We have the Surprise Community Park. This park and the area of this park is amazing. At this park right here, I'm going to tell you everything that's around this park. It has a lake. It has sports courts, basketball, volleyball, pickleball, tennis. It has a huge playground for the kids. This is the area that has aquatic center. So there's the lake right there. Really nice areas for photos. They do activities in the park. As you can see, this is the holidays and they have different activities going on right there. Fishing lake. So if you want to fish, this is a huge lake that you can fish at. Picnic tables, ramadas. They have a dog park out there. There's an aquatic center out there. If you want to go out there and do the aquatic center has a snack bar, has slides. You can do the aquatic center out there. It has a library right there across the parking lot. Here's definitely the fishing area, and there is a limit to your fishing. I know you got to have a license if you're over the age of 12. And let's see, there's bike riding. Let's take a look. Look at the ramada here in the playground. It's covered, so that's really good for the kiddos. The kiddos don't get burned. Let's see. Some photos. A lot of people, activities. That's the aquatic center. But all this is in one square area of the park. So you have the aquatic center, the library across the way, the park, the lake, and then most of all is home of the spring training for the Kansas City Royals and the Texas Rangers. So I was there the other day and I was walking the area, and they live on one side of the street, but the practice facility is on the other side. So a lot of times you can catch them going across the street or running across the street to go to practice, and you're able to see them going across the street. So if you're into baseball, it's definitely an opportunity to get some eyes on some of your favorite players. Let's see if I can pull that up for you so you can take a look at it. So right here, as you can see, is the aquatic center right here. Here's the library I was talking about. Here's the surprise lake I was talking about right here. And then you have the dog parks right here around the lake. And then right here in this big area is the baseball field right here. And then on this side is the area where they live. So everything's in one area, the spring training. So you go right here down Bullard and you see all this stuff in one area. There's a parking lot kind of over in this area. There's a parking lot down here. You could park and just walk this whole area. So if you have kids of multiple ages, there's plenty of things to do, whether they want to play racquetball, play tennis, just picnic, whatever you want to do, there's things to do. Let's click on some of that surprise stadium area. And I do know they did have youth programs out there for the kids. They get to play out there and participate in different games. So this is that area right there where I'm talking about. So if you're walking that area, you're going to see all of this stuff that we're discussing right now. So another park that I wanted to talk about is the Surprise Farms Community Park. Another park that I wanted to talk about is the Surprise Farms Community Park. It's right here, kind of close to the 303. As you can see, it has baseball fields right here, close to it, as a splash pad for the kids, as a skate park, a large playground with climbing structures, a dog park, soccer fields, and picnic areas. So another park that has plenty of options for you and your family to walk around, bike ride, whatever you choose to do. It's another big park that you can just go to, hang out at, and enjoy. As you can see, the play structures are covered up, so you're good to go. Again, keeps the kids from getting burnt. It is a little hot out here, so that's definitely nice. And there's water out there also. And that's right here in this area. All right, so the next park we're going to talk about is Viramonte Park. Let's talk about that park. That's another park that's right here in this area. It's between Cactus, right here, Cactus Road, right here. And Uptown Alley is another little area in Surprise. It's an indoor place while I'm showing you on the map. It has a movie theater, it has bowling, games, and everything like that. So if you don't want to be outside, it's definitely an area that you and your family can hang out on the inside. And as you can see, it's not too far from the park area. So let's talk about Viramonte Park. This also has sports fields. It has soccer, softball, and baseball. As you can see, the playground is covered. It has walking trails, bathrooms out there. It does have grills and ramadas for you to have a picnic if you wanted to do a picnic out there. Splash pad for the kiddos. Definitely need water in Arizona, so most of our parks do have splash pads, which is totally nice. And all these parks that we're discussing are directly in the city of Surprise. And as you guys can see, it's definitely pet friendly. All right. And then there's a few other parks that I will kind of mention to you. And it's going to be Mark Coronado Park is here. Bicentennial Park is right here. Limestone Park is right here. As you can see, there's Heritage Park is right here. There's many parks in the area. Not to mention, most of our communities are going to have different parks, walking trails, and green belts throughout the neighborhood. So even if you didn't want to leave the neighborhood, there's plenty of parks there. But if you want to hit some of these bigger, nicer parks, definitely the option to do so. Okay, so now I'm going to touch base on some popular shopping areas in Surprise. So right here in the red is all the shopping areas. As you can see, there's quite a few that go across Grand that we talked about. There's a Target, Grand Bell Plaza has a lot of little stores there. You have some right here along the 303, little shopping areas. And then you have just the areas throughout the city. All right, so this is a Surprise Marketplace. The Surprise Marketplace is going to have your everyday shopping stores that you need for home, or, you know, the everyday stores that you would go to. Lowe's, Best Buy, Walmart's, again, Target's. There's a Barnes & Noble out there. There's also some areas that you can have lunch and eat and dine. There's a Ross Dress for Less. Any of the stores that you will go to on a regular basis, you're going to find out there at the Surprise Marketplace to go to. There's a lot out there. There's a Starbucks. There's a couple different coffee shops that you want to hit up that you can go to when you're out there. A couple different restaurants. So if you want to do some shopping, do some lunch, or whatever the case may be, it's definitely a good area to go to. It gives you plenty of choices that you can choose from, and you're in one area. And as you can see, I talked about Surprise growing. They're definitely still building up out there. So just know that as you continue to live in Surprise, you're going to see a lot of growth, and people are going to continue to live there because it's a beautiful area to live. Right here, let's talk about Surprise Village. Right here, Surprise Village is just the area, again, has some everyday stores, has plenty of restaurants and places you can dine at directly in the city of Surprise, everyday shopping stores, Walmart, Mattress Firm, Salad and Go. You go for all my sports lovers. There's a sports bar, Buffalo Wild Wings. You can definitely go in there and watch the game. And this is directly in the Surprise area also. So plenty of things for you to do. Go and, I guess, get a bite to eat, whatever you choose to do. There's another area near Surprise. It's called the Shops at Lake Pleasant. I definitely want to point that out. It's an outdoor shopping area. It has bigger stores like Home Goods, Safeway, and it also has like beauty salons and fitness centers in the area that you can go to. And it runs right here all the way kind of all the way kind of north along Lake Happy Valley Road. Shops at Lake Pleasant right here, and it's along Lake Pleasant Parkway. So there's other stores over there like a Target and other stuff to get your car worked on. Again, it's off of Happy Valley Road right here in Lake Pleasant Parkway. A little bit further, as I would call Deep Surprise, but definitely has some great shops that you can go to. And it is an outdoor shopping mall. The Lake Pleasant Town Centers in the area also has a lot of the everyday shops. It has Ross, Michaels, Walmart's in the area, Ulta Beauty Supply, Pier 1 Imports, Cold Stone Creamery, Smashburger, Chocolate Factory. Just a lot of outdoor stores if you just want to walk around, enjoy the area, sit down, hang out, eat. Just a whole lot of outdoor stores to hit up, hang out, and just enjoy yourself. It's definitely a good area to go to. And hey, when you're done, just go to the lake. The lake is going to be super, super close. Okay, so now that we've touched on hospitals, the military base, golf courses, shopping areas, let's talk about the last two important things I have to tell you about Surprise, Arizona. Let's talk about the schooling, and let's talk about the neighborhoods. Let's talk about schools first in Surprise. So the first thing I want to tell you about the schools is there are 26 public schools in Surprise, Arizona, and they're part of the Dysart Unified School District. Elementary, middle schools, and high schools. As you can see right here in the red, these are all the different schools in the Surprise area. There's multiple choices for you to choose from, and there's 4 big high schools. So no matter where you live in Surprise, you definitely have the option to choose a couple different high schools. There's public charter schools. There's 7 public charter schools. A popular one is going to be the Legacy Traditional Schools. That's a pretty popular charter school. And if for some reason you're moving from another surrounding suburb, you can move your child from the Legacy, from wherever you're coming from, into the Legacy and Surprise, or vice versa. There's Arizona Charter is another popular charter school in Surprise. And Paradise Honors Elementary School is another popular charter school in Surprise. So as you can see, whether it's public school or charter schools, there are plenty to choose from. Okay, so there's 4 private schools in the Surprise area. You got the Phoenix Children's Academy Private Preschool, Cross Christian Academy, 14-6 Christian Academy, and Surprise Christian Academy. Those are all private schools in the Surprise area. As far as higher education, there's a Owada University, and there's a Real Salado University right there directly in Surprise. And then if you wanted to do the community college, you have Estrella Mountain Community College, which is about 15 miles southeast of Surprise. You have Glendale Community College, which is about 17 miles south of Surprise. And then you have Phoenix Community College, which is about 25 miles southeast of Surprise. So you have the community colleges and the university campuses that's right there in Surprise, whether it's for you or an older child that's wanting to do some higher education. Now, popular neighborhoods in Surprise, Arizona. And I'm not going to say popular neighborhoods. I'm just going to touch on neighborhoods because the neighborhoods, there's a lot of neighborhoods in Surprise, Arizona that makes Surprise what it is. And all the neighborhoods coming together make Surprise a great community to live in. Each neighborhood does bring something different to the table, and they all offer something different depending on what you're looking for. All right, so again, Surprise has different neighborhoods. I'm just going to touch on a few different ones. The first one I want to touch on is going to be Sun City Grand. Sun City Grand is going to be right around this area right here, Sun City Grand. Sun City Grand is for our active adult 55 and older community. Sun City Grand does have, again, it's 55 and older community. It has the golf course in that area. It offers multiple golf courses, country clubs, it has dining on site, fitness centers, swimming pools, tennis courts. Again, for our active 55 and older adults. They do social activities, different clubs. I know they do sewing. They may do a tennis club, art club, just different clubs tailored to our 55 and older adults. It has resort style living as well, and it's tailored to more of our retired community. If you're retired and you want that vibrant, outgoing lifestyle, then Sun City Grand is definitely a great area to live in. There's multiple areas for our 55 and older. Sun City Grand is just one of our popular ones. Arizona Traditions is another one. A lot of our snowbirds come in and stay at Arizona Traditions for a few months out of the year to get away from the colder areas that they're from. They do Arizona Traditions. And then there's another area that's outside of Surprise called Festival, and it's another 55 and older community also. Another great area to live. So those are all of our areas in the Surprise area for our 55 and older community. The next one I'm going to talk about is another area is Surprise Farms right here. I was just about to type it in. Surprise Farms is another area. It's a growing community. Lots of new developments in this area. It has modern homes. It definitely has community entertainment. It has a community feel. Definitely growing. There's not any really great pictures right here, but a little area of Surprise Farms right here. It's close to shopping, there's dining, entertainment. Willow Canyon High School's right here. So Surprise Farms, the loop is right here. As you can see, there's a dog park right here in Surprise Farms. The Surprise Farms skate park right here has a skate park. They do community events. They have some community parks throughout the area. and it's right here off of 175th. It cuts through right there, and it kind of circles around right here. So this is Surprise Farms area. It is known for great recreational areas and good schools. So that's a good area in Surprise. All right, so another area in Surprise is going to be Marley Park, really popular neighborhood in Surprise, Arizona. Marley Park is a master plan community. It's about 30 miles northwest of downtown Phoenix. And let me show you some pictures of Marley Park. This neighborhood was established in 2005, has lots of greenery, beautiful homes. And though it's an older neighborhood, it definitely is well kept. Has parks throughout the community, walking trails. Definitely does community events. Is known for being a close-knit community and having great schools. So Marley Park is a really good area if you're family-oriented or if you're just wanting a close-knit neighborhood. Marley Park is a really good area. Some of the homes here in Marley Park. There's one of the legacy traditional schools I told you about, one of the public charter schools. It's a swimming pool area in Marley Park. They still have some new builds in the area. Whether you want a new build home or an established home or a resale home, you're definitely going to find it. The price points of the homes range anywhere from, the 400s all the way up to the $1 million price range. So you can definitely find the home and the price point you're looking for. And there's different, again, small businesses and everything close to the area. So I touched on a couple things, couple different neighborhoods, but overall, whether you are trying to be in a smaller community or a larger community in Surprise, or whether you're single, 55 and older, whatever the case may be, Surprise has a lot to offer. And on top of that, if you're looking to just take a scenic drive and explore Arizona, maybe just get out of the valley, then there are some close places that you can go to directly from Surprise. For instance, Prescott, Arizona is a nice 1.5-hour drive. Sedona, Arizona is 2 hours away. Jerome, Arizona is 2 hours away. Flagstaff is 2.5 hours away. And the Grand Canyon is 3.5 hours away. All those are headed north from Surprise. So if you wanted to hit up a day trip and do that, you're definitely close to those going directly from Surprise headed north. Now, if you were headed south and you wanted to hit Tucson for 2 hours away, Tombstone 3.5 hours away, Wilcox 3.5 hours away, or Bisbee, Arizona, that's 4 hours away. All these places are headed south, and these are all within driving distance for a day trip from Surprise. Not to mention all the little surrounding suburbs that we did talk about that was surrounding Surprise area. So just know that Surprise is a fast-growing, family-friendly city that's come a long way. It's still growing, still building. It's in the northwest part of the valley. It's known for its clean neighborhoods. It's known for the beautiful parks. It's known to have a relaxed suburban feel, and it offers balance between modern and vibrant. So if you're looking for those type of things and you want to do outdoor activities with your families, or you're retired or you're a young professional, definitely consider Surprise, as it does have a lot to offer. It can be peaceful, vibrant, outgoing, all at the same time. This city is definitely known to be one of the top rated areas, master plan communities, golf course neighborhoods, and 55 and older. If you have any questions about this city or any other surrounding cities, feel free to reach out to me. I definitely want to make your relocation to Arizona as smooth as possible. And don't forget to subscribe below and hit the bell so you never miss out on a video.